What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Brian's Broadcast to help all of you doing fantastic. Today I'm going to review Precious Treasure from the brand of Zaharoff. It's from their Basileus Collection, and this is their first ever Privé release. Now, of course, I took my sweet time with this fragrance because I really wanted to test out the performance and how this fragrance behaves, especially when it was getting a bit hotter here in New York City, and then it got very cold. And after all this time, I came up with these deductions. So if this is the first time you're visiting my channel, please make sure you're subscribed and hit the thumbs up button if you like contents like these. So let's proceed with the review. Now, I'm not going to go into full presentation breakdown because I've done full unboxing and first impression videos. The links are in the description below. Go ahead and check them out. The only few things I'm going to show you are beautiful wooden box. It's a limited edition wooden box, so I got 1 or 2 out of 500, so only 500 of these were made. Very heavy, very luxurious, and just look at the interior. Velvet, high quality interior, beautiful stuff. Great job over here, George. So this is the beautiful bottle. It's almost like obsidian glass, like light does not pass through this bottle. Beautifully done. I mean, the cap is heavy. It has this nice cool sensation to it, the black and gold combination and Byzantine Greek, I believe. Beautiful stuff. Like, it feels so premium to the touch. In case you're wondering how the regular bottle of Zaharoff fragrances look like, this is a 60 ml Signature Royal X. This is their signature lineup. That's the regular one. I'll just call it regular. Yeah, that's how I refer to it. So that's the regular one. That's your Privé lineup. Let's proceed and talk about the notes. On the top, you've got cardamom, Timor pepper, and citron pepper. A lot of spicy things in the opening, but don't get scared. On the mids, you've got star jasmine, wild freesia, blonde cedar, sustainable bushman candle. This is the star of the show, and olibanum tears. On the base, you've got tonka bean, oak moss, skin musk, upcycled orchanox, sustainable bourbon vanilla, ebony wood, and sandalwood. Now, when you spray Precious Treasure, like, you heard a lot of spiciness in the opening, right? Cardamom, 2 different kind of peppers. So you're probably wondering, oh my god, is it gonna burn like the regular curry at some Indian store? No, my friend, it does not burn. In fact, it's so smooth and alluring, you will be surprised at how beautifully the top notes were blended in this particular fragrance. What you're getting on the very opening after you spray this fragrance is that wonderful cooling sensation from the spicy, freshly grounded cardamom. The Timor pepper and the citron pepper, they work in conjunction with the cardamom cooling effect. It's so beautifully done. Like, you almost never feel the spicy zing from the peppers, but you do get it, like hints of it, like pops here and there, random pops, but for the most part it works in conjunction. They do not come in layers. Now, of course, this particular effect goes on for almost like an hour. That's at least on my skin. Now, as the fragrance starts to dry down, this is where the magic happens. So the cooling sensation never goes away. The peppery vibe from the 2 different types of pepper, they don't go away, but you do get that nice, cooling, zingy kind of sensation from the top in the opening. It transitions into the mids. What I noticed is the jasmine kind of adds to this nice white floral kind of sensation. It's not one of your like heavily dominant floral note, but it's like a supporting note. You get the vibe. And on the mids, I kind of get this fruity flesh kind of vibe or texture. So it's almost as if like you have a succulent juicy fruit, you take a bite of it, you get that soft fleshy texture in your mouth with that mild sweetness to it. That's exactly the kind of vibe that I get from Precious Treasure, and that was like absolutely stunning. At least to my nose, to my senses, that's what I felt like. Now, as the fragrance is drying down with the floral over there, you get this nice, almost like a nice creamy woody kind of texture to it. Like, it's so nicely done. It's that blonde cedar, I believe. You kind of get that smoky vibe too. Now, I did a little bit of reading on this Bushman candle thing. So this particular note or resin was sourced from Namibia. George did share his entire journey with us in his group, also on his YouTube channels and on Ross's channel. Like, all these details were shared. So what Bushman candle does is it's kind of like a resin that gives you that mysterious smokiness, as well as some kind of a sweetness in the background. So almost imagine a resin that gives you that mild smokiness. It's not bitter, it's not overpowering, but it gives you that very nice sensation of a smoke, as well as some kind of a mild sweetness to it. Beautifully done, and the mid is like heavenly in my opinion. Further drying down around like 7 to 8 hours mark, that's where you kind of like hit the base with this fragrance. So on the base you've got this tonka bean. Now the tonka bean over here, what I noticed, it's more of that powdery tonka bean with that subtle sweetness. It's not overly sweet. Like tonka beans sometimes, it has that kind of like a different kind of a sweet texture to it, like over powdery. It's not like that. It's almost like that creamy mild powder, somewhere borderline between cream and powderiness. So it's kind of like that kind of a tonka bean has that mild sweetness to it. And the vanilla, the bourbon vanilla, is not overpowering. I believe that's where you get more of that creaminess. It's working in conjunction with the tonka bean, giving you that mild sweetness, that creamy texture, almost like a woody creamy texture. The musk, let's talk about the musk. So it says skin musk. So I believe the kind of musk that was used in here, this was like a perfect balance, because it feels very clean, nice white kind of a musk. I don't know what exactly that skin musk is, whatever it is. George, you can do, you should, I think you should let us know. For some of us who are not fragrance experts, like it's always good to learn about new things. So the skin musk over here, I felt it's more on a beautiful, clean, almost like a tad bit powdery vibe to it, almost like a white bed sheet, linen sheet kind of thing. Beautifully done. And there's the presence of ebony wood. Now the ebony wood, in my opinion, what I've noticed from other fragrances is that ebony wood has that dark, almost like a burnt dark woody vibe. So it also has that burnt sweet sugary kind of vibe to it. So it's not overly sweet. Precious Treasure is not overly sweet, but it's such a soothing fragrance that it puts your mind to rest. I would highly recommend you do not wear this fragrance on a Monday, because I had a hard time, because this thing just relaxed me so much. I had a hard time working because I was feeling so relaxed. I almost felt like, oh man, give me a pillow, I just need to go to sleep. This is a very tranquil, like a peaceful, zen kind of fragrance. It's so beautiful, gives you that peaceful sensation, like as if, like, imagine you're out in a desert where it's hot, and then suddenly there's this flow of cool breeze. You feel that sensation, and then suddenly it's gone, and then it come back. So you get this nice, beautiful feelings and sensations from this wonderful fragrance. Let's talk about projection and performance, longevity wise. Projection. This fragrance, at least on my skin, it goes very loud for the first 2 hours, like really, really loud. I mean, a lot of people around me in the office, they could smell me from almost 10, 12 feet away. Like, I was just sitting inside the office. There's no fan running or anything. It's just the regular air conditioning circulating the air, and it's a very big space. They could still smell me from far away. So for almost 2 hours, this thing's very loud. And then it slowly tones down and almost tastes like an arm's length. Sillage is beautiful because this thing just lasts. Talk about longevity. I got a longevity of more than 12 hours out of this fragrance. How many sprays did I use? I used almost like 8 to 10 sprays every time, and this thing just refused to go out. At times, I did feel that maybe the fragrance was gone, but I was actually going nose blind because people around me, when I asked them, they were able to catch a strong whiff of it. So Precious Treasure, do not be like under the impression that this thing's weak. It's light, it's airy, it has this nice soothing sensation to it, but do not underestimate its performance or longevity because this thing's pretty loud, I must say. It's like flitting in the air, it's all around you, that's why you may not notice it, but this thing just, it just refuses to go out. Like, it's one of those very slow burning candles that it's not getting affected by the wind, the breeze, and everything. This thing just refuses to go. So beautiful fragrance, very inoffensive, and especially even in the warmer days or in the cooler days, the performance was more or less the same, maybe give or take an hour. And almost after 12 plus hours, this thing sits more closer to your skin. It's almost like a skin scent, but kind of like keeps on wafting all throughout the day until you take a shower, like a hot shower, and then only it will start to fade away. So guys, that was my honest and humble take on Precious Treasure, and I did test this fragrance out on a lot of other days, and finally I came to these conclusions, and these are only my own thoughts, observations, and experiences. Do let me know in the comments your thoughts and experiences with Precious Treasure. This is one of the most beautiful creations and a perfect release from the first ever Privé lineup from Basileus Collection. And again, this beautiful box is gonna stay with me until I die. Of course, I hope I'm able to hold on to this, but beautiful. Like, honestly, this was money well spent. If you're talking about price point, I think they go for around $295, but now the packaging is different. But even the new packaging is like super dope. Beautiful stuff. I might just have to grab the other packaging just for the sake of, keeping a variation in my collection. So guys, if you've made it this far, make sure to stay tuned and subscribe to my channel, because I will be doing a giveaway very soon on my channel. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. The links are down in the description below. And if you like this content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to comment. Let me know what are your thoughts and opinions about this one or any other Zaharoff fragrance. What are your thoughts and opinions? Do let me know. I'll be more than happy to read and respond. So until the next one, please take care, stay safe, and all the best.